Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So this is video number 2 of my Mother's Day gift set featuring the Cottage Rose bundle, and that included this stamp set and the dies, which I have all the dies in a little tray. I'll show you in a second. But Cottage flower dies. So all of my little dies, yikes, I don't want to lose all of my bits and pieces here, which I probably will. Okay, so my little dies are all in this little tray because I've been using them. The one we're focusing on for today, this video, is this large die, which I was really struggling with this, and it's taken me a couple hours to figure out what I'm going to do. But I want to share it with you because maybe some of you are struggling with this die also, and I think I came up with a great solution. So in this series, we are going to use every single stamp. We are going to do a best wishes cards. It's going to be fab. We're going to put that on the envelope. Happy birthday. This is for the gift tag and on a card. Friends forever and feel better. So let me put the stamp set well away from myself. And like I said, this is the die, which I wanted to show you what it cuts out because I chose to use a different color. And like always, I have done a lot of prep work. So let's go over what you are going to need. And I just realized I forgot something. So video number 2, if you haven't seen what we're working on, it is going in this gorgeous gift bag. And the cards are going to go in here. This is my sample. So there you see it. It's going to be a lovely little gift set full of lovely cards. So I just realized that, oh no, I got it on there. Okay. So what you're going to need is a basic, well, I have just enough pieces of what used to be called a natural cardstock Stampin' Up! Carried, and I have just enough pieces to go in the set. So that's what, if it doesn't look quite right, if it doesn't look quite white, it's because it's not. It's got these little tiny flecks in it, and I love it, and I wanted to finish using up that and free up a space in my filing cabinet. So instead of this, use basic white unless you have the naturals. So we have our basic card base is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. Our layer number 1 is Petal Pink, and you'll see my cutout here. So Petal Pink is 4 2/16 by 5 4/16. And yes, it needs to be that, otherwise you will cut off your imagery when you lay it down. But it did need that little hint of Petal Pink behind it. And then this piece, my crumb cake, is 4 by 5 1/4, and you can see this die here. I have it in white. That shows you what it just cuts this out. Okay, so I laid it on the crumb cake like so, and I ran it through my die cut machine. Now all these little bits and pieces that were cut out of here, I'm using them. Yes, you heard me right. I am using them. So let me put my die back in my tray, pull up my sleeves, and I want to keep this. That's going in my case with the stamps. So there's that one. Now for the inside, we have 4 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4 in crumb cake, and 3 by 3 3/4 by 5. That is for the inside. We're going to decorate this too. And then you are going to need scrap. Okay, I just use scrap, but you can see me, I'm using, you know, pieces like this. That's what I use to stamp and die cut, and I'm going to walk you through how I did that. But first I want to work on our envelope. I'm using the Take Your Pick punch. I'm using this one here, the banner one, for our sentiment. So you'll need 3/8 of an inch by 3, and that is in basic white. Of crumb cake, you'll need 1/2 inch by 3 1/4, and of Petal Pink, you'll need 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/2. I have those done, and I'm going to show you how I use the Pick-a-Punch. Blends are Old Olive, Petal Pink, and So Saffron. So let's get stamping. Since this is a red rubber stamp, you do not need to do ooh, my magnet fell, sorry. I got cards in there. You don't need a cushioning. So I want the crumb cake ink pad, which I did forget to list, I'm sorry. So we are going to take this crumb cake and we're going to use this leaf punch. Oops, I am all thumbs again today. This leaf punch, they did tell me that the strength in my hands, but it seems like my right hand is doing it more than my left, is a little off from my surgery. So I'm going to just add some leaves here. Just bringing in that crumb cake that we had. And I'm going to add some leaves here. And I'm not done. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to bring my envelope in. I'm going to add some leaves here. Then I'm going to add one because we want these to be extra special. Some here. And I told you we were going to add, it's going to be fab because it's about a birthday. So this now is, nope, I think I might, I'm going to do it. So we already have this die cut. We're going to add some of these leaves right here. So I'm going to add some here just to add a bit of interest going around our piece of crumb cake. Yeah, I like it. It was, oh, definitely adds to it. Okay. And just a hint at the bottom. Very, very pretty. Now I'm done with crumb cake. Please don't fall down on me. I want black memento. And this is kind of just, you know, creating on a whimsical feeling here. So I want to add, it's going to be fab. Oh, you were the greatest. That's what we were going to add because it's their birthday. Happy birthday on the outside of the card. You are positively the greatest on the inside. And then it's going to be fab on our envelope, meaning their birthday is going to be just fabulous. So I'm going to add that right here. Okay, so envelope, and let's see, let's glue this down. And we're all done with the ink as I have everything else stamped. And this is for the inside of the card. And we'll put it in there once we're all done. I just want to get it glued in its rightful place. Okay. And I'm going to set that aside. Oh, I really like those leaves. Don't know why I didn't do that originally. So let's glue this onto its petal pink. Now we do need to get in and around, and that's why these little IV bottles, as I call them, because of their little metal nozzles. This one needs more glue in it. Just running it around the paper. I have to tell you, I was using this crumb cake and I was like, okay, I put something else in my crumb cake folder. And I had to actually get the whole package out and look through it because it has all this little texture like they used to have with that natural paper and the confetti cream and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's why. And so that's what I decided. Where is that little bit I had left? Okay. We just want the tiniest border around our, oh, so pretty. Now you're going to see in a second, I'm going to flip my card over and you're going to see what happened that made me determine to put the petal pink behind my card. So I want to make sure I got everything stuck down. You ready? Kind of plain, huh? And I already glued this down. I thought I was being so smart in getting it started for this video. It didn't work out. So now what we're going to do is just glue this on top of it. Yes, you heard me straight. We are gluing it. And I'm going to pop some of these pieces that I just die cut out into this one to fill it in a bit. So let's bring all my whittle pieces back in here. I've got green ones because I used some green. I'm going to walk you through all of this in a minute. So let's see about popping just some of them in there to fill in. Yeah. To fill it in so I can stick my, or you could use dimensionals, but hey, I'm using what I got available here to me that I don't mind. Yep. I don't need all of them. I just need a little bit of those big gaps filled in. So I think I want to try to find that piece. That's that piece. We don't need that one. May not be able to find that other piece. And as I'm moving all of my pieces and definitely making a mess of my tray that was all organized beforehand. So is this it? That's not it. Trying to use my take your pick tool. This is it. Okay, then I'm done. Just filled it in a little bit. We're going to glue this back down. Now this is going to go on top of my card base, and I need that glue for the wiggle room because it is such a fine little border around this card. So now nobody even knows it's down there. It's a boo-boo, but it's an unseen boo-boo. So I have what this is, since I was using retired product. This is, I had two pieces about this big of, let me show you, of what was called Always Artichoke, one of my very favorite greens. Literally, this is all I had. And I used this for the greens. So I just put it in where I needed all that greenery that I didn't have a stamp for to color in. I put it in my die cut and I cut it out, and I had to do it twice, of course, because I messed up the first time. So then these images here, these three flowers go, well, they go here. And this large flower from the stamp set goes here. So I stamped in white on a little square piece, scrap piece to go here. And I did the same thing here, and I ran it through another time. And that's how I got my beautiful little flowers here. Now I'm going to show you on the large one how I colored these in. Now these I've already put up on dimensionals, but I also layered these up because I wanted them extra special. I also layered them up on the cardstock that was cut out. So we're going to pop these in their place since they are done. It's not going to take any time. These are going to have that dimension. This one is layered up on the old Always Artichoke and the crumb cake piece. Just adding more dimension. It makes it thicker. It's absolutely beautiful. So next we are going to glue in all of our bits and pieces. Now on some of the leaves, on this one and this one, I chose to glue all my 3 layers together. But I am not going to put them on dimensionals. I am gluing them right back where they belong. It also makes it easier for me to pick them up. So there's that green leaf. You see this one here? This one came out of here. But what I did do is I glued it to the green one. And it's already done for me. So I just need to put some glue. It's kind of like gluing a puzzle pieces together, basically, is what I'm doing. So there's that. Don't need that piece. Don't need this sweet little piece. We could put that on the inside if we so chose. Now for the other pieces of this flower, for the other ones, that one doesn't go. I chose to use a scrap piece from my gift bag. I also ran those through the die and I glued them on the green counterparts. And now I have some more little flowers with a different design on them. And we're going to pop those in their little place. And that's got to be my grandson coming out. And let's see here in a minute what he needs. Is that you, Hank? What can I do? I'm on a video. Thank you. As he goes back out. So this one here goes right here. I should have another right there. This one. Now you could leave it just with the petal pink. I just wanted to tie in the gift bag to this card. So I'm missing this little piece here. This one I tried to tear off and we're going to use it again. So in its little puzzle spots. And I'm thinking this little piece I didn't get. Huh. I'm not sure I got that piece. Might have to use what little tiny scrap I have left and run it through the machine real quick. Let's see, this one goes there. The tough part was literally putting in all the little leaves, making sure I got the right pieces. But really, designing the card, figuring out what and how I was going to use this. I have not used this, guys, since I got it. I used it for their Creativity Now that Stampin' Up! Did, and that was it. Ooh. This little piece goes right here. And I'm going to start to need that take your pick tool to start picking up pieces. Maybe. Turn it around. I am missing my little green stem. I didn't apparently cut that one. Well, it's okay. I will get that after the video. Oh, no, it's going to be seen. Maybe not. I might be able to piece something. So this one now, I just need to figure out where this one goes. And it looks like it goes right here. And I don't think I could have done all this and kept my mind together without the take your pick tool, guys. I'm telling you. I'm going to add some glue there because I know which leaf goes there. It has the little fork in it. Just have to make sure it's going in for the third time. Ooh, go back in there. I need it to go the other way, this way. this would have been something I would have designed and made for my mother. So I know she's looking down and smiling, said, yes, I would have loved that, darling. I know she is. I don't need to be told. I know. Inspired from my mother. The roses, that cottage rose, really made me think of my grandmother. Does that one not go there? That one does not go there. Does it go there? Ah, there it goes. That's what I mean. It's a little like a puzzle. My grandmother used to have beautiful roses in her backyard in California. So this one then goes there. Yes. And where's the large one? Looks like that one is missing too. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm going to literally take it. And that one should have been here, but it's not. It should have been here, but it's not. That's weird. Okay, where's my large die? Maybe I'm not because I don't know where the die is. Okay, not going to do that then. The die just is like gone. Okay, let's continue on. We're going to make it work. Oh, there's that large one. That goes there. But we're still missing. I'm missing a wee little leaf here and this little stem. I wonder if I could make that stem work, because look at this. This is going to go. Yeah, this will work. Watch what I'm going to do. Oh, there's my die. So do I... I'm not sure. Let's see. Is this the piece that I am missing? That is not that piece. I'm still missing that little flower. All right. Give me a second. I know that that might be frustrating, but I need this flower and I need this piece, and I'm not sure where that other leaf is. It's bugging me that it's not there because it should have been. So I'll be right back. I'm going to die cut this out. I'm looking on my table of scraps that are laying here, and it's nowhere to be seen. But I just need one run through. I'm not sure how that leaf is missing, or how that little stem is missing either. What? The stem and the flower and this wee little leaf. Just looking at what I need to piece pieces on my die cutter here. Alright, so a couple of turns of the handle. Or I cannot count how many times I've done this today. I'll bring it over and you guys can see what I've done. You can see how I pieced it. I mean, maybe it was meant to be so I could show you how I've done this entire project. So, I'm gonna lift this off now. And that's about had it. There is my wee little leaf I need. For the take your pick tool so I can utilize it, but it still is not picking it up the direction I need it to be. There's that wee little one, and I need I was like, anybody see that flower go astray? I mean, I guess it would have been pretty if I left a few of them open, but I've already done them, and that's how we're sticking with the plan. Get in your spot. Okay. Now that we have that all done, I'm going to show you how I did. I'm going to dye. This is probably my flower. Nope, that is not it. That is not that one. Not sure. Let's just move all those out of the way. So we're going to color our flower first. Set that aside, and bring in my flower that is stamped. And we're going to utilize all three of those pieces. I might as well. I am going to start with the So Saffron. Old Olive I used, it's still on the board. It's for the other, for these leaves. This one has no leaves. So we're going to start with the dark. I do like to start with the darks. I don't always. Sometimes it happens. I am going to color just some areas with the dark. I'm going to come back in with the light and give it a good coloring. Now, I like to say scribble because basically that is what I do here. Let me see about a white piece so you guys might be able to see. So I'm looking to make sure I got the dark. And I am literally going to come in and scribble wherever I see those little artistic lines. They gave us great places to do this. So just as you can hear it, squiggle, squiggle, or scribble, scribble. And that is how I colored in all of these flowers. That's my coloring technique. It's more of a scribbling technique, I would say. I like to hear it go squeak, squeak, you know. All right, and I want that a little dark. So now I'm coming in with my light. Now this one is so easy. I'm just brushing it all over the place. Being a little careful when it comes to the outer line, as I do want that white border. I thought about trimming it in a blue, but not with what this project. I like that white crispness of the outside. So there's really no technique to this. It's just layering on the ink. Now, if you wanted to get darker, you can always go back and add some more color. Like this. If I wanted this a little darker, I can come back in and you can keep layering it on until you get the desired effect that you want. But for me, I really did it just the one time, as coloring is not my strong suit, I would say. But it is a gorgeous flower. So now I have all these from my prior cuttings, right? So I'm going to start with the Always Artichoke, whatever green you choose to use. Like I said, I had two little pieces. And I'm just going to layer those together. Then I'm going to take the crumb cake layer. I'm just utilizing them. You could do this without putting them on dimensionals by just layering up your pieces. I'm even going to go ahead and throw on this one, just because it's here and I can't. Now I am still going to put this on dimensionals. I still am going to do that. I want large dimensionals for this flower. And we are going to put them actually on the card. It's just going to add extra height and layer and dimension to this gorgeous, gorgeous card. And I love all the leaves around it. Whew, that does add. So there it is. Now we're not finished. We have our happy birthday, which is already stamped and trimmed with your take your pick banner punch. So I'm layering that up. Now, I told you I was going to show you how I did this one. Just make sure you're using the same punch part that you do. So I start off by putting it all the way in. Then I always make it longer than what I originally need. And I look down here and I can see that I need to take more off because I don't want it, you know, that's just too much on the sides. So I'm going to trim it down probably 2 more times by simply making sure I'm going in the right punch side. I'm going to take it in there, getting it to touch there, trim it off some more. And I'm going to take a look at what I got. And I'm thinking I want to take another pinch off. So I'm going to repeat my process, making sure I'm going on the right side again that I want. And why I make sure is because, yeah, I've got them punched on both wrong. 2 different punches there on some of them. So now you can see how it's nicely layered. This is going to go right here. And I'm thinking we're going to put some gemstones on here. And this is going up on dimensionals. This is not. So this piece then is getting glued down. Let me pick it up. And dimensionals. I think I'll use 2 big ones. This card, we could do a bow on this card. Let's see, do I have, not sure where I would put a bow, but bling, I got that in spades. Let's see. Oh, opal rounds, those might be pretty. I really like those, but they're not quite big enough. I'm thinking those might do it. Ooh, those are those enamel dots. I don't have big enough of those. That's a possibility. That's a no. I just want to look at all my options. Looks like I'm going to have to choose one of those 2. I thought I had, no, I'm in need. So opal or these? Opal or these? You know what? Neither one of those. We're going to go with the basic matte dots. The more I'm looking at this card, the more those are going to suit me. Can't wait to see what they come out with next. So let's see. What do we have? I want at least 5 on here. And I am going to go, do we go with the white or the cream vanilla? And I'm thinking this one because it's very subtle. So I'm going to start 2 up here. And then I'm going to put 1 right there. And oh my gosh, yes, that's it. It doesn't need 5. It doesn't need any more, but those are very subtle and I like it a lot. We need to get the Wink of Stella. Let's see. Make sure I got some coming out of the brush. I couldn't see any sparkle, but it sure is pretty. And I love how these are the focal point. It should have had like 1 more, like, I don't know, maybe over here somewhere. So, ooh, very, very pretty. And we're going to open it up and set in our gorgeous inside layer. And this then is going to go in our little gift bag. And it's going to have its card, but very, very, very nice. I was a little worried about this. So this is, ooh, we could add just a little hint. No, no, stop playing. Okay, so our envelope and our card. It's going to be fab. Happy birthday. Thank you for watching. I'm hoping it didn't go too long, and I'm hoping it gave you some ideas on how to use that die. This is the best idea I came up with, and I hope that you like it enough to give me a thumbs up, share my channel, and more than anything, I hope you come back to my wonderland. Bye-bye now.